Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and we are back with episode 3 of Wrestling with the Truth. And I'm sorry about the little delay we had over the past week. We had some personal stuff going on. But we are back, episode 3, and what in episode we have in store for you. And I'm really excited. I've been after this guy for weeks and weeks and weeks now, and I finally managed to catch him when he's awake. But for those of you who don't know the guy you've just seen, the guy coming up in just a few seconds, I'm going to play you a very short clip of an early piece of his work. So, ladies and gentlemen, Mike Storm.
N-E-W. Allow me to formally introduce myself. My name is Wrestling Royalty Mike Storm. And if you didn't know who I was, now you do. But that's not the only thing that we're going to be learning together today. Because I have a very important public service announcement coming to the 75% of 80% of the roster who are mouth-breathing, unwashed, greaseball idiots. So, what we're going to be learning today, and this may just help, is personal hygiene. Now, for what that means for you idiots who don't have an education above 2nd grade, that means keeping yourself intact, looking presentable, which I know is far too late for some of you, but to prevent anyone else from going down the line of looking like your teeth came into contact with some sort of boulder in your life, this is what we're going to be learning. So, I have prepared a couple of items for you people to learn what the basic functions of them are today, starting with this. Now this is deodorant. This keeps you from smelling like a pig, keeps you from smelling like a farmhouse, and this goes underneath your armpits and on your body, and I can guarantee that I've met at least 3 of you who need this, so that's item number 1. Item number 2, providing that you get a haircut, because I can see that the majority of you have disgustingly long hair. Like, how is that not infested with some sort of fleas, some sort of parasites? I do not know. But anyway, this is shampoo. Now what this does is it goes on your head and it keeps your scalp fresh. Keeps you fresh, keeps you smelling good, keeps your hair intact. And unlike the last one, I can think of at least 10 of you who need some of this. So that is item number 2. And the final item, and my personal favorite of all time, is this right here. Now, if you're unfamiliar with what this is an electric toothbrush. Now, you're going to have to stay back, because I know these are either illegal or rare in Hicksville, wherever the fuck you people live, and I know that none of you have one, so this one's mine, and I wouldn't put it past some of you hardcore wrestlers to try and steal this from me, because you're all criminals. So, get yourself one of these, use it like that. This one's electric. And last of all, going on from that, this is a part 2 to the last item. You're going to need this toothpaste. Now what this does, you put it on the brush, and that's what cleans your teeth. Even though, like I said, for some of you, it's way, 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 way too late. So I should be saying, brushes your tooth. Put this one down here. So now that we have learned personal hygiene, hopefully in the coming future, you idiots can get on the level of Mike Storm and people like Justin Klein. And hopefully I won't have to be watching promos where I can physically see the putrid air that has just been building up, trying to escape from your mouths every time you speak. So, hopefully you people enjoyed this. Hopefully you learned something. And if not, I don't care. Mike Storm coming to NEW soon.
And ladies and gentlemen, without any delay, the controversial, the prodigal, Mike Storm. Good evening, dude. How you doing?
You're a cunt. You know that. do you know that? Tell me you know that.
Yeah, I know that. I told
Good,
you
you
I
know
had
that.
an old one. I told you I had an old one.
It's not the worst one. Like they're saying in the chat, you could have played the TTC one. That would probably be the worst. I probably just fucking left, to be honest. But that was a bit shit, yeah.
Before the show, this Matt Rogers in the comment section here, he requested to see the TTC promo. So I'm assuming
That's the worst one you could have possibly fucking done. Like, I would have just left if you fucking would have put that on in the middle of the fucking intro. I'm telling you.
How are you doing though, other than that embarrassing video?
I'm doing alright, and you're lucky, by the way. This is the first like actual video out of character interview I've ever done. I usually just fucking like the other one I did the other day with Josh Byers, completely in character. So you're lucky. This is the first one.
I feel privileged. We also have Sander Cool watching us right now. Hi, Sander. How you doing?
Hello, Sander.
We got to talk about you. You began all of this wonderful, wonderful game we all love in 2017. Is it 17?
Yeah.
Where did you begin that? Was that TTC, the place the other guy's talking about?
Yeah, it was. TTC. I can't remember the month, but I know it was 2017. It was like early 2017 because I just turned 14. Yeah, 14.
14?
No, 13.
Oh, you were young. You were really young.
No, yeah, 14. Yeah.
You were really young into this game. Wow.
Yeah, youngest, I think. I've never seen anyone like start younger than me. I know there's people younger than me now because there's like 16-year-olds or whatever, but I know like they started when they were 16. So I've never seen another like 14-year-old.
Yeah, I mean, there's people with the mental capacity of a 14-year-old.
There's people with the mental capacity of a 5-year-old. So I mean,
we've got Club Sports Network watching. I believe
that's
you're familiar
Jeremy.
with.
Hello.
Yep. Jeremy's watching right now. So TTC, what does TTC stand for?
I don't fucking know. Actually, I think it was So Jeremy's gonna have to fucking like correct me if I'm wrong here. I know he's in the chat. TTC I think was like an American football thing, trash talk circle or something, and then they started their own thing to like settle their beef on the 2K video game. I think.
Right.
And I don't even fucking remember how I like looked into finding these people, but I wasn't there for a long time because like Jeremy started MIW up based on that because he was like previously in the football TTC, I think.
Yeah.
So I just joined onto MIW after a couple of weeks, but before that it was TTC.
The fantasy league thing.
Yeah, I think so because it was a bunch of like American football fans who would like shit talk each other. For whatever fucking reason, I don't know. I don't understand American people. Never will. But it was just them who they would talk shit to each other, and then they'd get on the video game and like have the matches because that was the only way you could play it out. I don't fucking know. I don't know.
So
yeah, trash talk circle.
Trash talk circle. Right there we go. Thank you very much, Jeremy. Jeremy confirming that there. We got another comment there. Didn't Rain Foster get you into TTC? I don't know who that is. You might know.
He did. So like Rain was a friend of ours for a while. Not anymore. But I think like yeah. So he was in the TTC and I think he was like basically getting his shit pushed in every fucking week. Like people would roasting him left, right, and center. So he invites me to this to like come and stick up for him, to like come and help him with the shit talk. Because he's like crying to me in fucking DMs every day. He's ringing me on the fucking phone talking about, oh, I got roasted. I got called fucking Slender Man or whatever it was that week. So he got me involved in it. And at the time, I knew nothing about fucking EFEDs at all. I'd seen them before, but I was like, I found it kind of cringe. So I'd make fun of it. That's the only introduction I'd ever had, so I was like, bit hesitant at first. But no, I found my way.
After TTC, after this fantasy football thing, you mentioned MIW before.
Yeah.
Was MIW the next place you went to?
Yeah, so I think Jeremy started MIW up, after finding TTC Wrestling. So he starts his own fucking federation up, right? And I think, honestly, the timeline of this is just out of my fucking head. You know, you don't remember your childhood, which it was for me. But yeah, he starts it up, and then he joins TTC, and then they merge together to make FWE, which was Fight World Entertainment. And then, so basically, they have a draft, I think it was, and I'm drafted to MIW at the time. And me and Jeremy start talking, we become really good friends. And MIW started just, like, became a symbol for, like, our friendship. So at the beginning, it was Jarl from MIW, it was me, and it was Jeremy. And Jack came in, like, later that year, I think in August. We started in about, like, June, May, I think. So it was just a couple of weeks of... Yeah, Jack Lee. So it was just kind of like us four doing it at the very start. It was just kind of like our thing until we like opened the doors to other people.
I know you've got a really long history with MIW. You've had a lot of great matches, great storylines, great feuds there. But alongside MIW, there was also NEW, where that promo that I played at the beginning of the show, that came from NEW. Would you say MIW and NIW were more or less not the same, but like universally connected?
I don't know. I mean, for me, it's weird because MIW is always going to be my number one no matter what. Like, the only reason I ever because I would have been perfectly content with just staying in MIW and never going anywhere because it's the same people for me anyway, and I kind of just will always prefer MIW because it's where you came from, right? Why fix what isn't broken? So, I mean, for me, the only reason why I went to NEW is because Justin Klein was there. For one, at the time, he was banned from MIW because of some bullshit that he did or whatever. So he was there, and I was wanting to do stuff with him. And also, it was just like a fresh pace, I suppose. I've doing MIW at the time for 4 years straight. It was fun, but eventually you kind of run out of stuff to do, right? So, I mean...
You want to something new, someone new.
Yeah, basically.
You mentioned Justin Klein there, and I know a lot of people always wondered, what was... I mean, I know it wasn't anything stupid or like that, but what was the relationship between you and... Because you seem to gravitate towards Justin Klein.
Like-minded spirit, I suppose. Like-minded people. I don't know. I mean, he kind of sees a lot of this stuff the same way that I see it. So it's kind of how it was. And I don't know. Like, why am I the only person that he chose to open up to? I don't know. Luck, I suppose.
Huh. Okay. NIW and MIW. Like I said before, you had some really good feuds there. You've made some really great friends there over the course of the years. Are there any particular storylines or even anything like real life that went in NIW that just stands out in your head, like, I'll never forget when that happened?
Like, I'd say, I don't know, it's a tricky one. I suppose the most outstanding storyline we did was the Windsor Collective versus the Uprising. I think it was Matthew Frost, Josh, whatever the fuck he chooses to go by this week, whatever his gimmick is. His real last name's Hopkins. And Iceman. Oh, and King Dominator as well. There was 4 of them. Yeah, that one was probably like the most outstanding one that I did. As Windsor, yeah, as Mike Storm, the feud with Jack Lee at Kingdom of Honor last year. That was quite fun. Even if we didn't really get to have the length we would have hoped for it to have. Do you just mean my personal storylines? Because I have a lot of favorites.
If there's anything that stands out to you, like that, you think
just from you in general?
Yeah.
Well, Killswitch and Jay Fatal for ones I wasn't involved in. Are both federations?
Both of them.
Could be here for fucking hours.
Because they're the 2 places that you're most known for, at least in my opinion, or at least for everybody else. MIW more notably, but NEW because you played two hell of a roles there. I want to talk a second. Where did the Michael Windsor Jr. character come from?
Rob, that was Rob's idea. That was completely Rob's idea, and it would be fucking criminal for me to come on here and say that I had anything to fucking do with that. Well, I'll say this: he came up with like the initial basis for the character. Like he wanted, because he thought like correctly so, troll character. Me kind of goes hand in hand. He just wanted a troll character, and I was going to be the son of the owner of NEW, or the main investor of NEW, and I was going to be like this snotty bratty fucking rich kid who just didn't give a fuck and just trolled the entire group, and they couldn't do anything about it because, hey, look, I'm here to stay. That was all Rob's idea. That nothing to do with me. I kind of put the pieces together, and the character that you got was mine, but it was Rob's initial idea.
Did you have once the Windsor Junior character finally got the ball rolling and he got into storylines, because I was involved in a storyline with him as well. Did you have much creative say over what would happen with them, or was all that down to Rob too?
I'd say 95% of it was me, but so the way it would like happen would be Rob would come to me in the group, because we had a group of Justin Klein, me, Rob, and Justin. So he'd come to me in the group and he'd say, look, this is what's going to happen on the show. I need a promo for it. And he just let me say whatever the fuck I wanted, but he just needed the promo for the show. So yeah, that's how it worked. That's why it was fun, because he wouldn't script a promo for me and just say, yeah, read this off a fucking script. He just let me say whatever the fuck I wanted, which is why it was fun.
Nice. Well, we've actually got a question here from Sanda Cool. What's your favorite NEW title feud?
Killswitch and Jay Fatal. Like, if it's not involving me, Killswitch and Jay Fatal, I'd have to say.
Any particular reason why?
It's the amount of dedication that took, I suppose. I mean, to play like two separate characters and have like one character be like the total fucking opposite of the other one, but still so relatable in like as many ways as they were, and to be because not many people, until you do two characters, you don't understand how fucking hard that is to separate yourself from one compared to the other, and especially when you're going back and forth all the fucking time as those two characters with yourself.
Yeah.
So you've got to be a bit fucking mental to have distinct personalities like that, I suppose. But I mean, it was good.
Gotta give credit to Jeremy for Jeremy's
fucking
mind.
Genius.
Yes, he's a genius, man. Jeremy's a creative genius, and I know there's people out there that don't like him, but once you understand him, Jeremy's one of the greatest guys you'll ever speak to. He really is.
100%.
We do have another question from that Matt Rogers. Your favourite MIW feud as Mike's
Favorite MIW feud is me?
as
That's a hard question. See, I'd say the obvious one is probably the one with Rain, because that's like the only real one I've ever done, like the only proper feud that I've seen to completion. But I'm going to say the one with Jeremy again, the Killswitch one at Hellbound. Good fucking feud.
Yeah.
Match is incredible as well. And that's such like a real story.
Real, you two never hold back. Like I said, like you've just said, the stories, they feel real. They feel like, oh shit, these two guys are really gonna go at it. Yeah,
Definitely.
So I'm gonna move away from the two EFEDs for a second, because we're gonna have a little. This is probably gonna turn into a trash talk, but you also had a bit of a stint in IW.
Let's get into it. What about it? What do you want me to fucking say? Which part?
So how did you end up in IW to begin with?
Again, just searching for something else to do, I suppose. Because at the time I was like balls deep in NEW, fucking up to my elbows basically in MIW, doing it for like 4 years, and it new at the time was maybe like 6 months. And I just felt like I'd done everything. And then I find IW, which was like a whole new fucking world basically. So they had like Rocky T, they had Chad over there, Justin, that's where he came from. It had all these fucking like insanely good fucking promo cutters, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna try my hand at this. I'm gonna see how far I can fucking get, just looking for something new to do, because for me, I've always found staying in the same place not boring, but it's like I don't like to repeat things, and that's kind of how I've always been, even with TV shows or movies. If I've watched it once, never need to watch it again. So just looking for something new to do constantly, I guess, is what got me into IW.
Where did it all go wrong?
Where did it all go wrong? When I got fucking bored of that. Because I get bored easily. Or not bored, but just like, this is old.
You get bored quite fast. I've noticed.
Yeah, I do. I get bored
You'll do
fast.
something for a few months, and then you'll be like, right, next. What's next?
Yeah.
Okay, right, bye. I'll see you in a year. Bye.
And I do regret that. I do regret it. I regret going to IW because I felt like I kind of like snubbed my friends a little bit doing that. Like Jeremy and Rob, like I should honestly just fucking stayed there. Like I guess it was just like a goal. Like I felt in my mind I had to prove to myself, like, oh, yeah, I can hang with those people in IW, you know. But it's not what it's about now. Like,
so the last time you were in IW, and I mentioned this on I think it was not the last. Was it the last show with Darken, or no, the first show with Darken? I mentioned this. The last time you were in IW, you kind of left. I'm not going to say it was because of me, because it wasn't because of me. It was because of Roy Cease and the shit that was going on with him. Do you think IW is, what's the word, dictated or controlled by David Jones based on his output, or do you think that there is potential for it to be a genuine competitive place? Because he lets things like that happen, and it's happened a few times before, but there's always an excuse. And IW's still going, and I'm not gonna put it down. It's still thriving. There's still a load of people there competing, but shit like this still goes on. David Jones still gets bagged on. What do you think it is? Is it him?
Sorry,
is it
kind of cut out there a little bit, but look, IW, like, if my mind is here, IW right now in my mind is all the way out fucking there. I honestly think it's fucking irrelevant. David Jones is like, speaking of fucking mental people, he's up there with the fucking best of them. He's up there with the fucking Ted Bundys of the world, David Jones.
Wow.
If he's got something wrong with him, then fucking Helen Keller is totally mentally sane, right? Totally fucking got no disabilities at all. I don't know, like, David Jones is just fucked. Like, in the way that he thinks, I don't even know if it's narcissistic at that point. It's just how he is. Like, there's no reasoning, there's no rationale with David Jones. It's all just the David Jones Show. Is honestly what they should fucking rename it to. Like, IW honestly stands for, in David Jones's mind, I win. He never fucking loses. It's all what he wants. And nobody else fucking matters.
Really good promo artists over there, though. Like, really good promo artists.
There's fantastic promo artists, but there's also fantastic fucking arse kissers over there as well. That's why they stay in IW.
Would you care to name a few?
No, I wouldn't. I mean, honestly, okay, we'll name a few. Like, James Park could do phenomenally wherever the fuck he wants to go, but for some reason he stays in IW, and fair enough, he has that dedication for the Fed the same way I do for MIW. Whatever, fair play to you. I just disagree with it, man. This exclusivity. It's a fucking game. Like, how much are you paying me to be exclusive to your place? Fucking nothing. So why the fuck can't I go to WX 50 million Southwest? Why not?
Hey, wow. I'm coming to that time where I'm getting onto my notes and I'm getting down to my list of names. So it's time for the shit list, Mr. Storm.
Here we go.
I have 10 names here, and you know what? I think you're going to have nice things to say about all of them. I really do. So in no particular order.
We'll see.
In no particular order. Number 1, randomly, Brian Mead. Was I wrong? Is this where you start trying?
Genuinely, nothing came to mind, which is different for me. It's usually good or bad, just genuinely in the middle, fucking nothing. I'm not really friends with him, nor am I really enemies with him anymore. There was a time where I would have fucking came on here and roasted him the same way I just did David Jones, but for now, me and Brian Mead are alright, I suppose. Because me and Evan are right, so...
Yeah.
Me and Brian are fine now. I don't know.
That's alright now, that's alright. So, Corey Heck.
Insane, but also insanely talented.
Yeah, Corey's good. Did you have any feuds with him in NEW? I don't remember.
Yeah, and I meant fucking English. MIW.
MIW.
That was the one I neglected to mention earlier. That was a really fucking good one.
Our next name on the list, Robbie Cutthroat.
Anal is honestly the first thing that fucking came to mind. Just anal.
Anal Java.
No else to say, just anal.
DJB.
Cunt.
What?
Total prick.
You fuck. Iron Bison.
Iron Bison. Beatable. Nah, I'm just kidding. One of the best.
Week. Iron Bison's been beat. The streak's over.
I mean, in comp though, like, let's not pretend, you know, in comp. No, really, really talented. One of the best, I would say.
Oh yeah, when it comes to words, please,
yeah,
fantastic.
Great wordplay.
Josh Byers.
Dad, no,
Dad.
Like-minded spirit again, I suppose. Me and Josh kind of see things a little bit the same.
Josh is a full-on stoner. You're not. Totally different.
Yeah, well, in personality, total opposites. In the way that we see the game, slightly the same, yeah.
You know what? I think you, Josh Byers, and this next name should make your own faction. Because the next name is Justin Klein.
Different. In a good way, like, just stands atop everybody as just like the standard, I suppose, is where you need to be if you want to be considered one of the best of all time at doing this.
I don't think I have ever seen Justin Klein break character. Ever.
Because he doesn't. Like, he's that way. That is him. Like, even with me, that is him. He's not a character. It's insane.
That's not even his real name. Anyways, it's too just inclined. It's too coincidental. Okay, I have 3 names left on the list. So Eenie, Meenie, Miney, Jay Fatal, Jeremy.
Genius, like I said earlier, just genius, but also a brother, best friend, anything. Jeremy can be fucking anything he wants to be. Like, the sky is the limit for Jeremy.
I also want to say, I told you so. I'll tell you why later on. And so everyone knows I told you so, and I'll tell you why. Okay, so I'll message you later. The next name is... Oh, actually, there's 2 here. I don't know which one, because one could be really good, one could be really bad. Eenie, Meenie, Miney, Rob Roman.
Unlikely friend, because me and, like, Rob comes from HKW, and over there they didn't really like Mike Storm a lot. They didn't really see eye to eye with me very much. But yeah, so me and Rob probably weren't ever supposed to be friends, but have formed this pretty close friendship. Terrible at Call of Duty, though, I will say that. Awful at Call of Duty.
Matt Rogers also says Rob is trash at COD.
Yeah, he is. He's shit. I'm just kidding. Rob's average at Call of Duty. I'm just really good.
You're just really, really good, are you?
Really, really good.
And that leaves the final name on the list, and I'm a bit wary about saying this one. But I like controversy and drama, so Dark and Graves.
Indifferent. Like I know people have their beef with Darkin. I've kind of just separated myself from that. I don't care. Like, for me, this is EFED drama. Like, I'm never gonna meet any of these fucking people. I'm not gonna see you face to face in real life, except for you. I concede. But like, Dark, I'm never gonna fucking meet Darkin, am I? So what's the point in getting mad about him for anything that he's done? Right? I don't know. I just can't. I can't get mad about it.
Yeah.
So just
you hear that? That's people out there who cry like a little bitch when somebody online taps on their keyboard and hurts your feelings. If you're never gonna see them in real life, why does it fucking matter? Okay.
Like, do you know the best fucking way to just deal with like being roasted online? Cover the fucking camera and just get offline. Shut the fucking laptop down and just don't come back on.
I have a bonus name, and that's only because he's in the comment section. What do you think about Joe Rivers? Or Joe, I'm probably going to butcher your second name. Joe Rezanar. You know who I'm on about.
Burger King Employee of the Month. I don't know.
Okay.
Exceptional burger flipper.
Right, let's just leave it there because I don't want it to get as far as it did online. I'm going to add another name on there because we've got more names coming in. Sanda Cool. What do you think of Sanda Cool, Mike?
One of the best of all time. I tried to say that with a straight face, you twat. I wanted to be dead serious.
He's trolling you. Don't listen to him.
No, Sanda's good. Sanda's a good storyteller, I'll say that.
Yes, I do. And he's very dedicated. He'll just continue to put on the work.
Yeah.
Matt Rogers, I need to know what Mike thinks about me because I think Mike sucks.
Who's Matt Rogers?
Exactly.
I've never heard of you in my life.
Who is Matt Rogers? Matt Rogers.
Oh, if it's COD, it'll be Jack Lee. It'll be Jack Lee.
Ah, so Jack Lee's been watching this whole time. The little fucking bitch. Right.
What do I think of Jack Lee? Also,
yeah,
total fucking prick. Do you know what, Jack? Fuck you.
Oh, and you know what? Someone's just said, well, hello. And that would be, I'm just going to stop pumping out names on the comment section. Now we got King Ian Salad. What do you think of Ian?
What don't I think of Ian? No, Ian's good. I like Ian. Nothing wrong with Ian. I like a little bit of Ian in my week. Doesn't hurt.
Yeah, you've had a history with Ian, though.
Yeah, because it's mostly because Ian gets mad at me. For me, like, what's the word?
Everybody gets mad at you.
I don't know for what reason. I come across as a nice person, right?
Yeah, because you're a little troll.
I would never.
Yeah, fuck off. Bruh, I'm not going to say bro, bruh. You can see the cap all over Mike's face right now. That's from Jeremy.
I mean, it's not on my face, it's on my head, but I don't know.
So, that, ladies and gentlemen, was Mike Storm, and what I like to do at the end is give everyone a little bit of time to say whatever the fuck they want. There's no limits here. You've got 30 seconds to 60 seconds. Is there anything you want to tell people what you're up to these days, or things you're getting up to, or just if you want to lay into somebody before you disappear from the EFED scene like a fart in the wind, go for it. This is your chance.
I guess like the only thing left to say is I really, really hate dirty, disgusting, black, fucking nincompoops. I would never say that, guys. Don't
Oh,
worry about it.
you seriously, man, my chest.
Let's just read some comments out for the last 5 minutes. I've got nothing else to fucking say. We've basically covered it all.
Mike is just a kappa by Matt Rogers. So Jack Lee, Mike is just a kappa. Mike's, do you still have a phantom poops?
Yeah, if you never had phantom poo, if you never had phantom poo,
yes.
right? Basically, what phantom poo is, right, is when you take a shit in the toilet, then you look down and the poo's fucking gone. That happens to me all the fucking time. I'm telling you, it's real. It's not fucking fake. Maybe it's just like American fucking loos are different to ours, but in the UK, phantom poo is a fucking real condition.
Mike Storm and Jay Fatal alliance in the future.
What? Oh yeah.
Mike Storm alliance in the future.
Spoilers! I don't know. Nothing's planned for that.
Yeah. Ian says the Newcastle Tag Team 2023. Yes, but the problem is this little scrotum here isn't in Newcastle. He's just a little bit away from Newcastle. He's not a real Geordie. He's fake. He's a plastic Geordie.
I was born there. It counts, doesn't it? I don't live there, but I'm from there. It's just the same. It's the same thing.
DJB and Mike Storm as a UK tag team. No. Mike Storm is DJB's manager. I think we've spoken about that before, actually.
I've spoken to like 50, 100 people about being their manager. It's probably...
Will Jack Lee and Mike Storm be teaming up later to take on zombies?
Depends if Jack Lee actually wants to play.
Yeah. Joe wants to know your thoughts on Ian King. Joe, we mentioned that before. I think you mentioned.
What did I say about Ian? I said Ian was good.
He said Ian was good, yeah. Jeremy, what the hell are you... What? Mike's about 30 miles outside of Newcastle in a town called Chicago.
Yeah, I am. I'm from Chicago, Illinois, which is in Newcastle. Yeah. It's a suburb of Newcastle, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is about, like, I think 25.75.27 miles just southwest east of Toronto.
Oh God, you're an absolute troll. Ladies and gentlemen, I am going to end it here though. My guest, thank you very much, Mike Storm, for joining us on. This could be your first and only out of character complete interview. Could be.
Probably not going to be, because we'll probably do this again.
Yeah, there'll probably be a follow-up the next time you get into shit. Oh, no! Before we go, I had one more name. One more name.
Who?
Jay Yost.
Pedophile. Nonce. Nonce is on little boys. Can we tell the story of Jay Yost quickly for 5 minutes if you got time?
You know what? Go for it. Tell the story of Jay Yost.
This, like, strange young man, I don't know fucking why, pretends that he's got a little brother, or he might have a fucking little brother, I don't know, right? Makes a profile of, like, his little brother, pretending to be his little brother, which is obviously fucking him, right? So he gets on and he's messaging me and he's like, oh, do you want to talk to my little brother? I just set up a fucking messenger account. So I'm like, yeah, I'm sure I'll talk to your little brother. I'll do whatever. So he gets me on talking and he's asking me the weirdest fucking questions, pretending to be his little brother, right? His little brother. And he's asking me like, how much do you weigh? Have you ever wrestled and had another man pin you down? How tall are you? Do you ever wear wrestling singlets? What does your cock taste? So he didn't say that last one, but I swear to God, the ones before that were fucking dead true. Swear.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, Jay Yost, man. Oh, where's Jay Yost now? Is he dead? I don't
Hopefully
know.
prison.
Hopefully in prison. And on that very, very different conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for watching. You know what? I think we've had the most consistent viewers this episode than we have for the past two.
You're welcome.
The number, the number in the corner hasn't dropped under 7. At least every time I've looked at it, and we'll probably have more coming up. Thank you, Mike, for coming on and doing this with me. Thank you all for joining us for this absolute mental fucking roller coaster. And join us next time when I have absolutely no fucking idea who my guest is going to be, because a lot of this is done on the fly. Have a good night, folks.